Hey guys, out here I'm going to talk about these Versa bags, how we store silage. So this is a big plastic tube. It is 500 feet long, 14 feet wide, and essentially all it is, big Ziploc bag, and it just keeps air out of the feed and lets the feed go through its fermentation process until we need it. You can hold these things for quite a few years actually. There's a lot of benefits to these kinds of tubes instead of like a drive over pile. The biggest one is less shrink. With a bag, it's usually around 2% shrink. With drive over piles, it can be anywhere from 10 to 20% shrink, depending on how well you manage it. The cool thing about this stuff is, or a bag like this, is one, you don't have to cover a silage pile with a bunch of tires. Another benefit of using these bags is that as soon as it comes off the field, it goes into a truck, and as soon as it gets here, it's in a bag. Like, it's not getting exposed to the weather, kind of like a drive over pile would. The truck is driving in off the field and it unloads into a bag. The quality of feed is better just because it is directly in there. The fermentation process starts right away. These things are awesome. You can identify what you have in each bag easily, and moistures and quality of the feed compared to a drive over pile where it's all mixed up together. So when we close the ends of the bag, like this is where the bagger came off, right? It's the end of the tube. This is all the tires we use to close this bag up. And it's very easy compared to a drive over pile where you have to put the plastic over it, obviously, but then put tires on top to hold down the plastic. Get silage out of this bad boy, you take off those tires, cut the plastic off, go in, grab what you need, close it back up. So a nice thing about these bags, if you're not feeding a whole lot at one time, these bags, you can feed as you go. This is a perfect example of a bag that we opened, started feeding out of this corn silage bag, and then for whatever reason we stopped. So what we did was just stopped feeding, or stopped taking silage out of it, closed it back up so no air can get to it, and yeah, so now we saved it for later. And that's one nice thing about these bags, is that you can use them as you need them. You can put these things anywhere. That's one nice thing about bags, is it doesn't have to be right next to your feed center. If you don't have room next to your feed center, you can move these things further away, as long as you have something to move them. Feed truck, dump truck, even a loader, doesn't matter, but you can have these things out on a field somewhere, wherever you're cutting. Yeah, Versa bags, they're super versatile. They make life easy.